There is a profound and immense beauty to be found in animator Umami's interface. The series follows a pair of characters who, in some way, have been isolated from the world as they embark on a contemplative journey. My description of the series is incredibly vague, but that's primarily because I'm avoiding spoilers at all costs. However, this is very much a journey worth following. The episodes of Interface are incredibly short, lasting around 5 minutes apiece, an incredibly brief amount of time in which to tell a story. When time is so limited, every second is valuable, and everything must justify its role to be worthy of inclusion. Umami fills those seconds with many things, but one thing I've come to appreciate is how there are these moments where it steps back from its characters and plot, and simply gives the viewer time to gawk at the absolutely gorgeous, impressionistic landscape filled with vibrant, striking colors and serene tranquility. Aside from simply being gorgeous, these quiet moments invite a mood of somber reflection and contemplation. Interface's world is just as important of a character as the characters themselves. There are strange forces at play in Interface. There is this bizarre cerebral static that manifested itself in the world, an ominous robotics company with a god robot, an aggressively pink shape-shifting abomination, and other strange entities. Each of these entities invite a whole host of questions, sometimes of the literal variety concerning how these entities work in this universe, but more importantly, they each raise philosophical questions about life, the universe, art, our achievements, our failures, and the things that make us human. One of the really interesting things about how Interface handles its storytelling is that it's extraordinarily restrained in how it delivers its message. Throughout the series, there really isn't that much dialogue, but what little there is put to excellent use. The characters might not say a lot, but the characters say a lot. And this style of writing pairs well with the contemplative and reflective mood established by the somber music and quiet landscape shots. Instead of relying exclusively on words to communicate with the audience, Interface takes advantage of the fact that it's a visual medium to tell its story. In fact, the main character of the series never utters a single word, and normally maintains a stoic demeanor. However, despite these things, there are moments where his closed-off nature breaks down, and the viewer can clearly read into his emotions, culminating in some of the most powerful scenes in the entire series. When you see Henrik staring somberly at the now-dead tree planted by his late wife, you don't need words to communicate the crushing pain of that moment. This visual storytelling is ever-present throughout the entire series, and plays extremely well with the eloquently beautiful dialogue. And if that wasn't enough, Interface makes a lot of allusions to historic art pieces. Each allusion to a historic piece interweaves the original meanings found with these works, and ties them in with the narrative threads of Interface, to create a moment that comments both on the original work and on the themes that Interface is trying to convey. Windows are simultaneously a liberating and constraining force. On the one hand, they let you see into places that you shouldn't be able to see, but on the other hand, they're only a tiny glimpse into the outside world. The things beyond the edges of the window are completely inaccessible to the viewer, and they can only speculate about the wide world that they are merely given a taste of. Interface is one of the most beautiful windows on the internet. Through it, I soak in the tranquility of nature and the strange inhabitants of the world. But these are mere glimpses, specters even. I desperately wish I could tear down that window and explore it all, but I can't. There is nothing else like Interface, and I can't help but be enraptured, staring out that window and mentally exploring the world of ideas hinted at by this wondrous world.